All right, what is up, Utah fans? This is Joseph back with the Utah Utes Football Digest, and today we are going to be taking a look at Lance Holtzclaw. Lance Holtzclaw is an edge rusher transferring to Utah from the University of Washington. I think this signing went a little under the radar. I think it's a high upside signing, but an exciting one that I actually, after diving in a little bit, I think there's some very promising numbers. I'm excited to check him out, guys. Before we dive into all of it, please make sure you smash that like button. Also, comment down below. What are you guys thinking of Lance? Do you think he's an immediate impact guy? Do you think he, might take a little while to develop? I want to know what you guys are thinking, and I want to talk about it with you. Uh, also, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. We put out a ton of Utah Utes football content. On that note, let's go ahead and dive in and check out Lance Holtzclaw. Okay, guys, and take a look at him here. So he was a three-star prospect in the transfer portal, the number 45 edge. And as a high school prospect, he was the number 10 player out of Arizona and the number 60 edge, both just slightly above average at 86 for a three-star. So not super highly touted, but a solid to above average looking player. And you can see here, guys, let's go ahead and pull up his high school profile and we'll take a look at his offers. So taking a look at this, guys, you can see his offers: Washington, Boston College, Arizona, Kansas State, Michigan, Colorado. I mean, he had some good offers. Boise State, right? There's some good teams in here. You're not seeing tons of offers from all the top schools, but there's some really good schools in there. And I think we're looking at a guy that could be pretty promising. Let's go ahead and move over to his PFF grades here. So moving over to the PFF grades, I'm really excited to dive into this because I think at first glance, it's not super impressive, right? It's a below average grade, basically averaging like high 50s throughout his career. But it's one, this first year he didn't get many snaps. And then second year, he didn't get as many snaps as he got in 2024, which was the best grade of his career. But more than that is the deeper details, guys. So I'm gonna scroll you over here a little bit. And I want you guys to take a look at this number where it says pressure. Okay. So pressure, I'm going to scroll a little more this way. So pressure is when you get to the quarterback and you affect his throw. And why that's important to look at with this guy is the first season, 2023, right? We take a look at this guy as an edge rusher, 5 pressures, and he had 47 pass rush snaps. Now, he was probably mainly a third down pass rusher when you look at the snap numbers and how many of them were pass rush snaps. I'm guessing there was a lot of third down and long, third down and medium to get him back there and let him do what he does best. But I mean, is what it is. It's still a pretty respectable rate, nearly 11% in 2023, and that's his worst year. What's really impressive is in 2024, this most recent year, he had 11 pressures on 70 pass rush snaps. So 11 divided by 70, that puts him at 15.7% pressure rate. So nearly 16% pressure rate, which means he is getting back there to the quarterback nearly 1 out of 6 times, right around there. So I think that gives you a little more context and maybe builds a little excitement. I know as I started looking at those numbers, I mean, if you could get a guy that's 1 out of 6 times on a pass rush, getting back there and pressuring the quarterback, that's like elite level production, right? That's very, very good. And I'll touch on a little more about just how powerful those numbers are. Let's take a look at where he compared to the rest of the country in pressure. So it adjusts for total pass plays, not just pass rushing plays. A little odd to me, but is what it is. So you take a look, though, he was 12.1% adjusted for all pass plays. And when you look at that, 12.1% for Washington as a team, he was number 2 in the edge rusher position for edge rush or for pass rush win rates. And you see there's a lot of edge rushers on here, and Washington recruits very well. He's competing with good guys to get these pass rushing snaps. Now what we're going to do is take it off not just Washington, but we're going to look at Power 5 teams and see how he did there. So looking at win percentage, where would he be? Boom. And this is, so it's only among guys that played 70 or more snaps. So 70 or more snaps. We go down a little ways. Boom. Where is he? Okay, Lance Holtzclaw. So he's tied for 117th in the country, but there are much more than 117. Let's keep going. So 117 out of, so these are all guys that played, what's it called? So that played 70 or more snaps. So he's 117th out of 608. So 117 divided by 608. So he is in the top 20%, 19.2%. So he's in the top 20% of guys that had the same number of snaps as he did. This is just for D line. Let's go ahead and narrow it down a little bit by just edge rusher. Boom. Not sure what happened there. All right. Huh. It's weird. Anyways, we'll just leave it at that, I guess. Why is it not working? Am I crazy? Anyways, well, we'll just leave it at the total D line. But we're getting a guy that was in the top 20% of pass rush win rate for guys that played the same amount of snaps as he did, and it was a big sample size of guys, and that was in the Power Five. He was in the top 20%, and I would go as far as to say Big Ten's got some pretty nasty offensive line, so it makes it even more impressive. And in second here, I'll give you guys my final thoughts on Lance Holtzclaw. Okay, my final thoughts on Lance Holtzclaw. Before I talk about what I think he's going to be for Utah, I want to hear what your guys' thoughts are. Also, smash the like button if you made it this far. I'd appreciate it. But comment down below. What do you guys think? Do you agree with the take I'm about to give? What is your take? I want to know. Subscribe to the channel if you guys haven't already. We put out a ton of Utah Utes football content. Okay, final thoughts. I think this guy is being brought in to hopefully be a full-time edge rusher, right? I think that would be the goal. If it works really well, he wins an edge rushing spot and just looks like a beast. The more moderate prediction of why he's being brought in here is to be a third down pass rusher, right? Get in there on third down, show us that you can go in there, get to the quarterback and create havoc, create sacks. I mean, that 12.1% pass win rate, which more accurately, I don't know why they go off pass and not pass rush. It's very odd to me. But more accurately, a 15.7 pass rush win rate is extremely impressive. I mean, that is a great number, and I think you got to be excited about that if you're a Utah fan. This guy, I very much expect that to be absolutely what he's going to do, is to be the third down guy to go in there, create havoc on pass plays. But I also do see the upside of him potentially becoming a full-time starter. Also on the low end, I really doubt there is any way this guy just doesn't get snaps. I don't really see a world where that would happen, right? Just being honest. I think that would be a very weird scenario. I think worst case scenario is he isn't in on every pass rush snap, right? He's in on a lot of pass rush snaps, but not all of them. So that's kind of how I would see it, but I wouldn't expect that to be the case. I expect this kid to come in, be a good to very good starter, or to be a good to very good third down pass rush guy, and high end be a starter. So that's my thoughts, guys. Let me know what you think. I'm out of here. Go Utes.